The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views or ideas of the staff or management of KWSH or the 110 Broadcast Group.
Good morning, Seminole Nation of Oklahoma. Welcome to the Seminole Nation radio program. I am not Jeremy Fultz. We let him have the day off today, and Delaney Pinnock as well, so they have the day off. I am Mark Williams. I'm the Seminole Nation Communications and Media Director. I'll be your host for today. And with me, I'll let him introduce himself.
I'm Josiah Jimboy, a media specialist over at Communications.
And we'll be doing your announcements today and walking you through what's happening with Seminole Nation. So kind of bear with us. We're not pros like Jeremy and Delaney are. We're usually behind the camera capturing their magic.
Yeah. But they normally get their jokes from us, though.
We do write their jokes. Yeah, they're not funny in person. It's
everything comes from us.
It's usually us. But kind of keeping with tradition of what they do, they talk a little bit about what they do over the weekend. So, Josiah, tell us about what...
Well, Friday I went and seen Jeremy and Delaney at Lovey. And then Saturday I went to a little memorial service, and then Sunday just went to church, and that was pretty much my weekend.
Okay.
What about you, Mr. Mark Williams?
I had a pretty big event happening. I went down to Durand, Oklahoma. My parents celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. Actually, we did the party this past weekend. Their anniversary is actually back in July.
Oh wow, okay.
But during the actual anniversary, which was July 23rd, they had COVID. And so they were quarantined, so we really couldn't celebrate. So we set Saturday as our party date. And so we had family and friends from Mississippi, Texas, all over Oklahoma come by and visit and fellowship. So it was pretty fun.
Wow.
So yeah, 50 years.
50
years.
Dang, that's
a long time.
Two of my lifetimes right there.
So, kind of getting into this, we are going to do another moment of silence again to remember all those that have passed on. We want to just always honor them and keep them in prayers, and anyone who's kind of dealing with the grief right now, so let you know that you're in our thoughts and our prayers. So, at this time, we're going to go ahead and take a moment of silence. Mado. It's funny whenever I catch myself saying Mado a lot because I'm Choctaw.
Yeah.
As you know, so we say thank you, Yakoki. But just hanging out with Delaney and Jeremy all the time and working for Seminole Nation, I catch myself saying Mado all the time.
Mado, yeah.
And so even when I go back home to Bennington or Durand, even Mississippi, I catch myself saying "Mado."
Yeah.
To them. They're like, they look at me.
They look at you all crazy, yeah.
This ain't Seminole. So let's just kind of go right into it. We got some department news and some big things that happened last week. We had a general council meeting, August 18th. We had a special call meeting for the general council, and kind of even getting. Before we talk about what happened during the council meeting, we revealed the new setup. At the gym.
Nice little system we got now.
Yeah. So if you guys tuned in and watched, I think we got some good reviews as far as the sound and audio. In the past, we were kind of we've maybe had some technical issues trying to get the live stream out, but Chief and the administration did a really good job upgrading the system to where now you can catch the live stream. And so we unveiled it for the first time on Thursday, and had a big projector screen come down and showed a pretty cool video before.
Yeah, I wonder who shot that video.
I don't know.
Some director guy. I don't even know his name.
Some awesome filmmaker put that together, I think. And so we unveiled the video system and audio system to the council, and they saw it for the first time, and I think it was a pretty big hit.
Yeah.
And just kind of checking the playback on the live stream.
Looked good.
Sounded pretty good.
Yeah,
looked and sounded pretty good. So kind of talking a little bit about the council meeting, what happened. We're going to go through the resolutions and just sum up what happened. First of all, we did start off with some unfinished business with TR 2022-63, and this is probably what everybody was kind of tuning in for.
Really?
Kind of quickly read it. It's sponsored by Karen Fulbright. It was a tribal resolution of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma approving a one-time distribution from the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 of $500 to each eligible tribal member for the purpose of household assistance in accordance with state local fiscal recovery funds final rule, and that did not pass. We also had then we ventured into new business with TR 2022-77, which was a verbal resolution for interviews for General Counsel Secretary, and that discussion will continue to the next General Counsel meeting, the quarterly meeting, I believe, which will be taking place on September 3rd. Moving on to TR 2278, it was the tribal resolution of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma by the General Counsel budget modification to the FY 22 budget for the Public Transit Department, and that passed. TR 2022-79 was a tribal resolution of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma by the General Counsel budget modifications to the FY 2022 budget for the Public Transit Dialysis Transport updated job descriptions, and that resolution also passed. And then we ended the evening with TR 2022-80, which was a tribal resolution of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma by the General Counsel budget modifications to the FY 2022 budget for the Transportation Department, and that also passed.
And we have some closures, Mark. Due to positive COVID tests, the higher education and adult education offices will be closed until August 24th. Regular hours will resume on the 25th.
Speaking of closures, we have the another announcement for the tribal enrollment, and the CIB office will be closed on Tuesday, next week actually. The department will resume work by appointments and phone calls on Wednesday, August 31st. Should you need assistance before then, departments will be able to check their email and their cell phone.
And we have some news from the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma Princess Pageant Committee. They hosted, they have their fourth adequate class coming up this Saturday at the Miccosukee Mission Gym at 9 o'clock. So if you haven't been out there, make sure you get out there, and shout out to Catherine Howe, who's been doing a really good job with our Princess Adequate class.
Yeah, I was able to go to the last one they had. We had the actual candidates come to the meeting. The candidate for Miss Seminole Nation couldn't make it out, but Catherine with the Princess Committee, I think they're doing a really good job, and looking forward to the Princess Pageant, which takes place. Well, we'll talk a little bit about some of the events happening during Seminole Nation Days here later on in the show. We do have an announcement from the Veterans Committee. The Seminole Nation's Veterans Committee would like to recognize all our Seminole Nation veterans and all those who have served in the United States Armed Forces. They're planning to recognize these veterans in the Seminole Nation's Veterans Center. They are requesting that all Seminole Nation tribal members or their family members that have served our country since World War II era until present time submit the following information to the Seminole Nation Veterans Affairs Department, P.O. Box 1498, Wewoka, Oklahoma 74884. You can also drop the information off to the Tribal Complex, which is located at 36645 US 270 right there in Wewoka. Or if you want, you can also email your information to Frank Alexander, and his email address is flalexander@ymail.com. And when you submit your information, include the name, the rank, branch of service, foreign service ribbon, or any other kind of commendations that they received. Send it to Frank over there at his email. Drop it off the complex or mail it into the P.O. Box address.
Nice. And then Ochizi Band, I might have said that wrong, but we'll meet virtually on Thursday, August 25th at 6:30, and they will also meet again on Tuesday, August 30th, 2022.
If you have any other band announcements, I know we have a council meeting coming up. If you have some band announcements, get it to us, to seminolemedia@gmail.com, and we'll try to announce it on the radio if we have time, or we'll post it to our social media sites on Facebook or on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Some news coming out of Head Start. We had Head Start here last week. Some of the staff here last week.
And none of them kids was being watched because they was all here.
Kids were just running around. The whole staff was over here last week, and nobody was there to supervise them. Kind of like whenever we leave Jeremy and Delaney
I know, right?
over at Pumahaga, nobody's there to supervise those two. And
there's no telling what we go back to.
Yeah, that's why we brought Delaney with us. Delaney's actually here in studio with us today.
Yep.
The roles are reversed. We're behind the mic, and he's behind the camera. And I hope he's
I hope he's recording. Yeah. I hope he hit that red button.
So if the video playback comes out on Wednesday and there's no video,
you know who to blame.
You know it was Delaney Pinnock behind the camera.
Go ahead and call language and let them know.
Turn it on first, Delaney. But yeah, news coming out of Head Start. They're enrolling children's ages 6 weeks to 5 years of age. I believe they are still looking for kids to enroll. We are working with them here pretty soon to do a PSA sort of a video with Head Start. Just kind of let them know what they do and where they're located at and how to get your kids enrolled. If you are interested in enrolling your kids, you can call 405-234-5227 or email villarreal.e@sno-nsn.gov, and that's spelled villarreal.e@sno-nsn.gov for information on how to get your kids enrolled to Head Start.
And I'm going to steal one of Jeremy's famous lines. If you want to work, with people like Delaney or work with people like Mark or even myself, Josiah, go apply at Seminole Nation career page at www.sno-nsn.gov and select the careers tab and fill out an online application.
Very good. Just and kind of a breakdown some of the job openings that we have too. We have these are some of the departments, and so we have the accounting department looking for a job, administration services, ASAP is also looking for a position, child care, diabetes program, domestic violence, enrollment, Head Start, who we just mentioned, ICW, IT. I know IT was looking. They were interviewing this past week. I'm not sure if that job is still open yet, but you can go to the careers tab and take a look. JOM, maintenance, OAP, transportation, vehicle maintenance, veteran services, wildlife, parks and recreation. And again, some of these were listed a couple of weeks ago, so if they have been updated, you can go to the careers tab and see the latest updates for the job openings. One of the departments we just mentioned was ICW. Always looking for the foster parents to place these kids, and they do a really good job over there. Another department that we're going to be working with, making a video here pretty soon.
ICW.
We're trying to get that put together, so be looking out for that. But just kind of some questions. People ask, how do we apply? Who can apply to be a foster parent? Here's just some of the requirements. You must be 21 years of age. You must have your own home. You can rent or own it. There are some. You must have income to meet your own financial needs. Must be in good health. Must have sufficient space and beds, and you must be able to pass a background check. And you must not have prior child welfare history. Persons who are Seminole Indian tribal members or citizens and reside in Oklahoma, or persons who are tribal members of a federally recognized tribe and reside in Seminole County may apply to be a foster home. For more information, you can call the ICW department at 405-257-9038.
An announcement from IHS, Woka IHS, coming this fall, COVID vaccine boosters. The new bivalent booster will target Omicron. Should arrive around Labor Day. So, if you haven't got out there and got your booster, make sure you get your booster. Stay healthy, stay safe.
I still didn't get my booster. Have you had yours?
I mean, I had my first one. I don't know.
Booster or vaccinated?
Oh, okay. My second one was I got boosted one time, but then I got both of my vaccinations.
I had I had my 2 vaccinations, but I've had COVID since then too, though. So,
yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, I might need to get the booster now.
If y'all don't see me right now, I'm scooting away from Mark right now.
So that's pretty much our department news that we have for you. We have, like I said, if you have any announcements for us to announce on the radio or for the newspaper, you can email SeminoleMedia@gmail.com. Me or Josiah will get a hold of that, and we'll be sure to get that information out there. So a lot of the talk or people asking us questions, I guess, is about Seminole Nation Days. What's happening
all the time.
So it's an ongoing effort. I know the administration and staff are working hard to put together a huge event, celebration. So still putting that together, but we do have a couple of statements from our chief and assistant chief talking a little bit about it. And this is also going to be displayed in the upcoming tribal newspaper, which is coming out here soon, hopefully next week. But we're going to go ahead and kind of give you a sneak peek into what Chief and Assistant Chief had to say. And we'll start off with Chief Johnson. This is from the desk of Chief Lewis J. Johnson. The month of September has arrived. I tried doing his voice.
Yeah. Let's say, try to see if you can impersonate.
The month of September has arrived, bringing a gradual cool down as we transition from summer to fall. This season ushers in an assortment of activities associated with this time of the year. We are anticipating our great gathering during Seminole Nation Days 2022. It has been 2 years since a in-person tribal event has been held. The dates are September 15th through the 18th, Tuesday, September 13th, 2022. There will be a special evening with a program of observance entitled People of Perseverance. There are several new events planned for this year. Look for the scheduled events on the Seminole Nation Tribal Facebook page, tribal website, postings throughout the nation, businesses, and tribal offices. Seminole Nation Days is an exciting time of the year for the nation. It gives us the opportunity to fellowship with friends and relatives while enjoying the various events and activities of the celebration. Be sure to observe all the new upgrades throughout the mission grounds. The parade will be located at the mission grounds on Saturday at 10 a.m. Certainly, we are grateful to God for the many blessings He has bestowed upon the nation and for bringing us together during this time of celebration. We are very thankful to the General Counsel, representatives, the employees, volunteers, and sponsors who contribute to a successful celebration. I hope you have a memorable experience at Seminole Nation Days 2022. Respectfully, Chief Lewis J. Johnson.
And we haven't had a Seminole Nation Days in 2 years?
2 years, 2019. That was my first year working for the tribe. I was the media specialist.
Oh, wow.
And just a couple of months into the job. And then so they threw me out there covering that one.
Oh, wow. Look at you. Movie Mark, huh?
And so, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of things going on. And at the time, this was September 2019. Didn't even know what COVID was, really.
That's when I first came around.
Yeah, a couple of months later, everything kind of just started happening and closing. And who knew that for the next 2 years we wouldn't have Seminole Nation Days? But I think everybody's excited to have it back now.
Right.
Shout
out Rudy Gobert, huh? Brought it to Oklahoma, huh?
A little basketball reference there too, Thunder reference. And so we also have a statement from the Assistant Chief, Brian T. Palmer.
Let's hear this impersonation.
This one. It might get my country slang.
Yeah.
So this is a statement from Brian Palmer. As the winds shift and the season begins to change, September is an exciting time for the Seminole Nation, as the Seminole Nation Day celebration is being held for the first time since the onset of the pandemic. This year's celebration is going to be filled with all the favorite events, arts and crafts vendors, and most importantly, the food vendors. The Seminole Nation has seen many tribal resolutions passed by the General Council that are improving our nation. Most of these resolutions utilize the ARPA funding and will have long-lasting positive impacts for generations. The more than $70 million in investments for our people is a blessing. And again, we must remember why these funds were available and the suffering caused by the pandemic. The General Council has acted as stewards of these funds and appropriated them to tribal services, early learning facilities, and amenities to combat health disparities. But to our General Council, several new construction projects are being implemented throughout the mission grounds as a result, and will offer year-round opportunities for our people to safely gather and enjoy the outdoors. As we celebrate and enjoy the new amenities, we must also reflect on all affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. We must honor those lost the same as we honor our ancestors. We must be humble and kind and continue to embrace positive change, growth, and unity for our nation, so the future of this nation, our children, can prosper. In closing, continue giving thanks to our Creator for each day and the growth that has been blessed upon our nation. I look forward to celebrating this year's 52nd Seminole Nation Days with each of you. And that was from Assistant Chief Brian T. Palmer. So both of them mentioned a lot of events coming up, some of the favorite events. So what we are kind of going to go into a little bit right now is kind of a rough draft of what's going to be happening. We're still finalizing some of these details, but I can kind of give you an idea of what to expect for Seminole Nation Days. Some of these, with a disclaimer, times and events may be subject to change, but this is pretty much what you can expect. As usual, we will be having a baby pageant September 10th, which will be actually the weekend before Seminole Nation Days, but we kind of,
that whole week
count this as Seminole Nation Day celebration. So there will be a baby pageant. Also that same weekend, we're talking about Saturday, will be the co-ed softball tournament. And you said you've been asked to play in it?
Yeah. They've been asking me to play in the co-ed softball tournament, even though I don't know a lick about baseball.
I was about to ask you, are you any good? Or?
Man, I'm an athlete. You know what I mean? Athletes, they can play anything as long as they just try.
Delaney tells me he's an athlete too, and I've seen him play ball.
Oh yeah,
so
that's Delaney though. That's Delaney Pinnock. You know what I mean?
Off just that. I've seen him play. And so those usually they will have a golf tournament, and I think that's also being finalized as well. Those are some of the three big events that's happening on September 10th on Saturday. September 13th on Tuesday, we are having something different. This is to remember all of the ones that we have lost over the past couple of years. There's going to be a dedication ceremony talking about the COVID victims and families that have been affected by them. That's going to be taking place at the mission as well. Time is still being determined, but that will be taking place September 13th on Tuesday. More information will be posted about that on our social media sites and on this program as well as we get closer to it.
It's approaching fast.
Approaching really, really fast. And then we mentioned this a little bit earlier. The Princess Pageant will be taking place on Thursday, September 15th, hosted by the committee. And like I said, Catherine Howell's been doing a really good job at helping them out with it. And We got some pretty good candidates, I think, for this year's crowns. That'll be taking place on September 15th on Thursday. Friday is when everything kind of really kicks off. The softball tournaments, which we'll be kind of going to here in a little bit. We have the Stomp Dance happening most likely on Friday as well. And then on Saturday is the big day.
The great day, the main event.
The main event. And just kind of run through what some of the things be happening. We got the 5K run, the 1 mile walk, and that's being hosted by the diabetes program. We got a volleyball tournament, fast pitch tournament, 3-on-3 basketball tournament, which I might be able to play. I don't know if I got any fans out there. Maybe you'll get to see me play.
Man, I don't even know if it's the fans. I think it's all on your knee. You gotta make sure your knee's okay.
Yeah, I did have some bad news. We didn't have to bring it up on the air, man. We had to
Sit down, Mark. Sit down. Your knees hurt. Sit down.
But another big attraction is the parade. And as Chief mentioned in his statement, that will be taking place at the Mission. Usually, I think it does take place downtown. But we're trying to have everything at the Mission.
At the Mission,
for the celebration.
Yeah.
So the parade will be happening at 10 a.m. At the Mission. Of course, we got the carnival rides, horseshoe tournament. Something new this year will be the cornhole. We have cornhole this year.
Oh wow!
And so you play.
I mean, I know you play. I seen you out there.
Champion,
right? OCA, Grand Casino.
Supposedly there's a picture out there floating around with me holding the champion plaque.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, I haven't seen that, so.
there might be a story behind that. I don't know. But so there's a cornhole tournament. We have cultural demonstrations. We have some guests coming in from Florida that's going to be with Jake Tiger and the Historic Preservation Department, putting on some really, really cool and interesting demonstrations over there. Then we have the State of the Nation address with Chief and stickball demo. Got stickball demo, traditional dress contest. That evening, the traditional meal. It's always kind of a big attraction too. I mean, everybody loves to eat, so it's going to be some good food over there. And then the headliner, we had some concerts that night. The big name I think everybody knows right now is Stoney LaRue. Will be hitting the stage.
That's what I'm hearing. He's pretty known in this area.
Do you know his songs?
Not too many, but I know a few that people have showed me the last couple of weeks.
Oklahoma Breakdown is the one that when they said it, I said, "Oh, okay, I know that song." I didn't know he sang it.
Yeah, he sang it. Yeah.
But Josiah and I will be covering all this. So we'll be you'll see us around on the grounds, running around, taking pictures, taking video, covering the event. After the concert, will be the fireworks show. Also another big attraction.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun.
Sunday we're looking at the fishing derby, archery contest. Carnival rides will still be continuing. We have the powwow also on Sunday. So that's kind of just a quick run through what's happening. We're still finalizing, like I said, moving things around and putting these details together. As soon as all that is done, we will be posting it on the Facebook page and the website so everybody can make their plans and try to catch as much as they can.
Plan accordingly, yeah. And to actually dive deep into everything that's going on for Seminole Nation Days, the diabetes program is hosting the 5K mile run at the Miccosukee Mission, and registration begins at 6. And run and walk begins at 7 a.m. and then the 5K begins at 7:15. And what I've heard was we have Delaney said he was going to run the 5K. And then
as far as information for the volleyball tournament, the basketball tournament, we just posted the flyers to the Facebook page. Check those out. Get those entry fees turned in. Get your team signed up, and show us what you got.
Exactly. And, we always do some birthday shout-outs every week, so I'm just going to go down this list of names that I have. Happy birthday to all these people that are on this list. First, I'm going to start with Zelma Wind, Tyson Miko, Christy Harjo, Huli Harjo, Calvin Harjo, Avery Bender, Sheena Tiger, Keisha Wellborn, and Tyler Miller. So happy birthday to everybody's birthdays that's coming up this week, and I hope y'all have a good week, good birthday week. I
do want to give a shout out to a friend of mine. She's She's not Seminole. She's Chickasaw, but she's good people. Ashley Stick is having a birthday here in a couple days, actually. And you'll actually see her on the next episode of Reservation Dogs. She's got a couple of scenes in there that she'll be making an appearance on. So happy birthday, Ashley.
With all the aunties and everything.
I think she's in one of those scenes. Yeah, I think she might be in the background somewhere.
All right, yeah. A little extra, just chilling back there.
Yeah.
What do you think about those episodes so far? You like this new season?
Yeah, I really do. Really good writing. It's the last one.
Mm-hmm.
We don't, if people haven't seen it yet, don't want to kind of give spoiler alerts or anything, but
it's a good one.
Last one really kind of hit home.
Mm-hmm.
Just some of the things that we go through as Native people, some of the customs that we have. To see it there on TV, is special, but just more important to see our own people telling stories too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Not to kind of going down.
Yeah, I want to keep talking about it. But it's like I don't want to spoil it for nobody.
Yeah, check it out. Reservation Dogs always premieres on Wednesdays, but it would actually 11 o'clock tonight, I guess, is when it would the new episode will drop. So I'll definitely try to check it out tonight and see the latest episode. So
yep.
So that's all we have for our program for today. Unless we want some words from Delaney, if he has any inspiring words for us. No inspiring words from Delaney.
He said today's his day off, huh? He's not getting on the mic today.
Any announcements you have, anything you want to share, get with us at the Seminole Nation Communications Department. You can email us again at seminolemedia@gmail.com, and we'll get that out there on our Facebook page, website, and here on a radio program. So I'm Mark Williams, for our engineer Dennis and
Josiah Jimboy,
and the man behind the camera, Delaney Pinnock, who will be back on the air next week. I know his fans will be missing him this week, but he'll be back next week. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Bro.